Howdy folks, TJ here. Have a little bit of a wall of Aquarius behind me. And why is that? Because I wanted to chat about the Aquarius computer made by Mattel, or Retrogaming. And I also want to give props and point folks to the Aquarius Facebook group, where everything in the world that you want to know about Aquarius is there. Not only are the people there quite fun and nice, it's just tons of great new information, and it is a platform that had such a short life span when it was brand new, yet there's so many followers now. I find it quite amazing. I mean, there's companies that have pumped out thousands and thousands of computers that are much more known that don't have any type of following on Facebook or other groups. So it has something to say about the Aquarius and the people behind it today. So I thought I would, and I'll post the link down below. So Facebook.com/groups, plural, /Aquarius Computer. So if you are not there, join. It is a very fun group, very knowledgeable folks, and they're continuing on with this computer platform, making new stuff, new games. In fact, we have a cartridge from 8-Bit Millie that was part of a Kickstarter that is about to ship any day now. So it's a fun little live and vibrant community. Is it the most powerful? No. Can it be the most fun? Yes. I've never been one that says the most power wins. I am more of, if it excites you and you love using it, that's the win right there. So let's chat about the Aquarius a little bit, and a little bit of my collection and what I look for in the future of the platform. So just as a quick note, the Aquarius was introduced in, or available in, June of 1983. So not only was it kind of late to the game, it came a bit underpowered. It only lasted until October 1983. I don't know when in June, exact date that it was available, and what exact date in October, but that says it lasted maybe 3 to 4 months by Mattel. Later, Retrogaming, who kind of made and designed this computer for them, continued on selling them for a bit. But at this point, the major marketing push was from, obviously, Mattel, a big game and toy company back in the day. And it's a Z80 processor, which I love. A lot of my computers, including the Specky, is a Z80 processor, so I'm a big fan of it. 3.5 megahertz, just like the Specky is. Had a whopping 4K of RAM. The biggest drawback is, for graphics, in my opinion, because you could add the expander and it gave it really good sound, A-Way sound, but the graphics were kind of the Achilles heel here, because you couldn't even make UDG graphics. So if you wanted to design your own game and get a nice little 16 by 16 or 18 by 18 square and design your own character, you couldn't do that. They were all character based. So whatever 200 and some odd characters they allowed for you to manipulate and split together and compact and expand, that's what you had. So not only is a spaceship in one game, it looks identical in 2 or 3 other games, or the characters do. So it takes some of the uniqueness out of some games. So you had to really overemphasize the gameplay and the fun of the game to probably make it work. So if there's ever a way that a Aquarius 3.0, Aquarius X, Aquarius Z, or Z, whatever you want to call it, ever came out where it made your Aquarius and Aquarius 2, they actually had an Aquarius 2, a hopped up version that somehow added in UDG graphics or sprites or other things, it would be even more wickeder. I mean, just probably the biggest reason why Aquarius is still kind of big today, and it's not big in relative terms, but it's big in some of our hearts, is, I'm grabbing it here, and the AC adapter is hardwired in. I mean, look at this beauty. This computer is so cute. I mean, it's got blue keys, and don't get Roy Templeman started on blue keys, because that boy likes blue. He likes blue keys. But it is a sexy looking, look at the profile of this thing. Is that the right side, the profile? Is that the right dimension, angle I'm putting it at? It is a sexy ass looking little computer. It looks cool. And I'm sure that's maybe one of the reasons why today some of us wee blue key people kind of enjoy it. Now, I didn't know much about Aquarius. I remember seeing it in advertisements back in the day, but I was an Atari kid, so I didn't much care about some of these other ones. They looked cool, and if I was rich, I probably would have bought more, but I wasn't. I was poor and saved all my pennies for an Atari 800. But now, as I'm still poor, never rich, I am buying things that I could never afford back in the day, and that's the Aquarius. So I own not one, but two, one boxed, one not. This whole box setup cost me a pretty damn penny. You know, at one point, even on myself, I forget what I did with my Atari 800. When I got married in 1990, I bought my first Atari ST, and I think all the Atari 800 stuff that I had purchased in 1990, I gave to Goodwill. So at one point, these type of things were, give it to Goodwill, let them deal with it. Now you go to eBay and they're hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So a good Aquarius that's, you know, in a box is going to cost you $100 and some odd bucks. Or if you want all these other games and stuff, $200, $300, $400, $500. It's all over the place in terms of price. But the Aquarius, probably what's most attractive to me is the community. When I find a unique looking computer, I'll look on Facebook to see, is there a group that's part of carrying this legacy on? And the Aquarius was one that actually, when I joined, had, I think, 300 or 400 some odd people. And it's now, I think, nearing 600. Maybe with this video, we'll get 601. We'll add a couple of people to it just because of the excitement. If nothing else, I may not be the most technical person in the world, but my enthusiasm sometimes can greet people in a pleasant way, and they get excited about something and go, you know, this looks kind of fun. Maybe I'll join. So if nothing else, that's one attribute. If that was a D&D, well, it is a D&D characteristic. I would be dead because I can't wield a sword, but I'm very enthusiastic, so I can say, hey, come join this fun community. And that's the biggest part of this video. I want you to come and join the group. And also, let's chat about the Aquarius. Like I said, 3 months, 4 months of life from Mattel. And I don't know how long Radifin, maybe a year or two, continued selling the Aquarius, something like that. But I'll have a nice little collection. So I've got a boxed Aquarius. I've got the printer. I don't have the color printer. Those are really rare son of a bees. I think Roy owns one, but I have the regular printer, and it does print most of the time. I've got Dungeons and Dragons, and that is the game. Let me grab that box. So Dungeons and Dragons is the reason I purchased this box set, because if you look for the game separately on eBay, they want $100. And they want 75 or more if it's just the cartridge alone. So I found a set that had the computer, the printer, the data recorder, a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted. So I spent a good a chunk of money. But I got Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Snafu, Biorhythms, which I haven't even tried yet, Night Stalker, Deadly Discs ×2. The first one I had Deadly Discs, and this one came with it. Utopia. I purchased the Aquarius cart, the 32K memory, and the Aquarius cart. I've got the modem, which out of everything I own, that is probably one of the more rare things. You don't see the modem pop up too often, and I've got a boxed modem. That's pretty bitchin'. I've got Astro Smash, Mini Expander, the data recorder. Over there on my HDMI-ified by Sean Harrington at the Harrington Ranch, I've got the micro expander plugged in there, so I don't have it over here. And I've got a total of 4 paddles on the joypads, 3 of them working, 1 not, or it could be 2 working now and maybe 2 not, because the other day I had a glitch and I couldn't get one to work quite right. Maybe it just needed to be cleaned up or something, or plugged back in. But anyway, I've got tons of aquariums that I love to use. It sits right there, the HDMI one, and I spark it up every week and play a quick game of Astro Smash or something. It is very fun to use. Is it powerful? No. But there's a fun community. Not only, you don't find many computer platforms from the 80s that have stuff still being created for it. So the Aquarius cart has been out for a number of years, but you can still buy those today on eBay. The Aquarius micro extender is a little harder to get. Those are kind of handmade by some folks. I bought mine from a gentleman overseas. So those aren't too readily available, but I think over time, if you beg somebody enough, can I buy one from you? they may make it for you. So join the group, and then when you see something pop up, like, oh, I happen to have one or two for sale, jump on it when you can. Let's see, what else do I have going on? The Aquarius community is probably the biggest reason I've stuck around and am diving in more. So if you join the group, you'll see that there's daily posts, whether it's I played a game or a game that's been found from the dark side that's never been out, like that House of Frickin' Terrors, is House of Terrors, House of Horrors, that they somehow were able to, Matt Pills, is it? And I don't know who else was involved, but they found the game and remade it from sounds and were able to make it boot, and now you can grab it and use it on your micro cart. So it's really fun. And then there's new stuff. Roy Harrington. It's Sean Harrington, Roy Templeman, but if they had a baby, it would be Roy Harrington. Oh, that would be one funny-looking baby. He would be blue. Like Blue Keys. Okay. None of that. So, where was I going with this? I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, new stuff. Roy Templeman has made, my glasses keep flipping off. My puppy jumped up into my face the other day, and this arm's a little tweaked, so it's kind of falling off my face. He's made games, a total of 4 now, that have come out that you can actually buy from Chronosoft on cassette. So if you've got the data recorder or a tape player that works properly with the right cable, you can load that up on your Aquarius. He's the only one I know of that's made a homebrew on cassette for a very long time. So he's got some games. Support him, buy those games. I think it's all for charity anyway. Chronosoft does a lot of stuff for, a lot of proceeds from the monies go to that stuff. You can buy cassettes for Aquariworm and Doomsday Defender, and he's got a new Star Wars one called Warp Factor that's coming out. So 4 games that you can look forward to buy on cassette. And then 8-Bit Millie, which is generally new to our community, he is big in the ColecoVision arena, and he did a Kickstarter for a game called Turmoil that's actually on cartridge. I think this is the first cartridge game, just one, not, like one that's got a whole bunch of stuff on it, but one game. It's actually got 2. It's got this Flappy Bird on it, but it's called Shitty Bird or Poopy Bird. I forgot what he named it, something funny. But anyway, it was a Kickstarter, and it's got the game Turmoil on a cartridge. It's about the ship. He met his Kickstarter quota and a little bit more, so he threw in, very nice of him, a Flappy Bird type of game. So we'll be able to plug that cartridge into an Aquarius and be able to play a cartridge game for the first time in a very long time. So neat. This is a spark in this community that's alive and vibrant. Even though it's not the most powerful computer in the world, it's got a fun following, and that's the biggest asset, I think, for anything. People that make stuff, fix stuff, make it work still, upgrade. You never know. Maybe there'll be Aquarius Z in the future that will be a one that can do user-defined graphics or sprites or other things. Only things we can dream of. But until then, join the Aquarius community. Check out eBay. They're no longer cheap. Nothing retro is cheap. The only one that's still kind of priced okay is the TI 99s. You can still get boxed ones for under $100. I don't know if it's just they sold so many hundreds of thousands or whatever that you can more readily get them. But I need to grab one of the gray ones. I've got a beige one, but I need to get one of the gray in-box ones and maybe start making more videos on that. But I'm kind of running out of space. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Join the Facebook group if you can. Thanks for your support on my channel if you're a patron or support my YouTube channel. And I'll continue making Aquarius. Turmoil should be shipping soon, so I will make an unboxing video and a first gaming video for it, and hopefully you come and join the fun. Subscribe if you haven't to my channel, and thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day. And I didn't even do any jokes about Aquarius, the 5th dimension, Age of Aquarius, which is actually one of my favorite songs, because Marilyn McCoo is in the 5th dimension, and she was cutie. Don't tell my wife I said that, but yeah, she was a cutie. See ya. Bye.